I'm going to talk to you guys about why it's scary, nerve-wracking, and just different to start new things sometimes. Because it is. It could be for any reason at all. Especially if it's something like the bigger it is, the more fearful you might feel towards that something you're trying to do. For one, you're going to feel the fear of judgment, the fear of failure, the fear of, oh my God, what is everybody else going to think when I do X, Y, and Z? What's going to happen here? What's going to happen there? It's about capitalizing as much as possible in life on the things you want to do, and some things ain't going to work and some things will. That's just how life goes. And you have to try very hard. You have to keep trying. And like I said, when you do new things, it's gonna make your mind. It's gonna make your own mind question its own self. Because we have minds of our own, bro. Like even these fighters, these UFC fighters, they experience doubt. They experience the fear. They experience, oh my God, am I gonna go and fight tonight and get knocked out? All these things cross their mind, but they feel everything and they go forward anyways. And that's exactly what you and I and all of us have to do in life. When you start something new, it's that unknown feeling. When you start something new or do something new, it changes the patterns of your day. So it knocks you off a little bit. It's different. There's many times in my life where my schedule changed. Like even when we used to go to school, bro, like you experience the summertime, having fun, waking up when you want, playing with your friends, doing a whole bunch of cool shit. And then all of a sudden, in September, we have to go back to school. So now we're doing something new. We hit a new grade. Sometimes we go from elementary to junior high, or from junior high to high school, and that fear of the unknown, it's like, damn, this is the first day of new environments, new schools, and it's like it's you're not comfortable. You don't know what to expect. It's that unknown feeling. And it's what we all have to face in life. And that's a very good example of explaining it in that way. And if you want to do something like with your life, like business wise, or you want to try to play a professional sport or join music and play an instrument and be the best, like it's going to be different, bro. It's going to be different. Your days are going to be different. Your patterns of living is going to be different. You're not going to know what's going to happen. So it's all these thoughts is what's going to come. Like even when I started YouTube, it's like my whole days changed. You start to do this now and you're not used to it at first. You have to practice a little bit. You have to get comfortable in front of the camera. You can't really mess things up. You have to do what you do, and you have to be good at it. And it's like anything. So it's those things that catch us all off guard, like the things we want to do. And it's not going to be pleasant at first, but if you have such a strong feeling to do certain things, you should definitely do it. And it's going to be easier. Like if you know something's for you, bro. Like I knew YouTube was for me and I was ready to explode on YouTube, bro. I explained recently to a friend of mine a lot about my past. And everything that happened in my past, bro, led up to me doing YouTube. And if this didn't happen or that didn't happen, nothing might have happened. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. Everything. Everything is meant to teach you a lesson. If you take an L, that's good. You were meant to take that lesson. Those things were meant to happen. Those things that kind of came into your life was meant to test you. Everything. So a lot of things that I went through in the past, it kind of led up to YouTube, and I just had so much explaining to do on the inside. Like, so much. I experienced so much, I've been through so much. And you guys know as well as me, a lot of the stuff we speak about on this channel, we can't go into everyday life and talk this way to people. You just can't. It's too deep. They're too worldly. They're too in the matrix. You can't talk deep like this, bro, to most people. So I lived a lot of my life, all my life, up until YouTube, holding so much in. And I've been through so much, and it gets to a point where you have to unload. So it was easier for me to start YouTube, but there's still those little things like, damn, like everyone's going to be watching me, what's everyone going to think, and all this kind of stuff. And you have to block that out, bro. It takes a strong mind to do things like that. It really does. Starting new things is no easy task. But you have to break those barriers. You have to get on rhythm. And once you get comfortable, it's going to be better. Like, when people start out in MMA or boxing, they're not comfortable. They're getting beat from pillar to post or getting beat up, but they just keep going and going and going and going and going. All of a sudden, they start to do it so much they find comfort in the uncomfortable. It now becomes more normalized. It now becomes more normal, that environment, because they've been in it so much. You have to do things so much. And at first, you're not going to want to do it. But that's what's going to hold you back, that fear of whatever. There's all these fears that sometimes hold us back. It happens to me, bro. It even happens to me to this day with certain things, and I just continue to push myself and to break through certain things, and I always come through with it. But even still, things happen, bro, and then you have to, your mind has to be smart enough to break through those things in order to do certain things. We have to will things into existence sometimes. It all comes down to us and our actions. It's really like that. It's really, really like that, bro. So we have to work very hard. And we have to be brave. And we have to be courageous. And we have to experience that discomfort sometimes when it comes to certain things that we want to do, that we've never done yet in this way. It's something new. Now you gotta try it out. It's gonna feel different. You have to adjust. It's like a video game you never played. You're not gonna know how to play it. You're not gonna know how to beat it right away. You're not gonna perfect it. You have to start playing it, bro. You gotta get comfortable. You gotta see around the map. You gotta do whatever. You gotta learn how to play. And all of a sudden, if you keep playing, now you're gonna get onto it, and now you're gonna become better, and it depends how good you want to get. When it comes to myself, I get very good at things very fast. Like, extremely fast. And I become great at whatever I put my time into. It becomes an obsession. It becomes a huge part of me. Whatever I put my time into, bro, I always have success with it. And it's what it comes down to. It's whatever you want to do in life. You have to put your all into it, bro. You have to put your all into it, bruh. You have to go all out, whatever you want to do. If you want to make money on crypto, you have to be courageous. Like, courageous. You have to invest. You might not know 100% what's going to happen. But if you want it to happen, bro, you got to make a move. That's something even with me, bro. I got to make a move on certain things. I never in my life invested in crypto. I dabbled with it a little bit. But if I want to see any success with crypto, I'm going to have to be courageous, and I do plan on doing it. But I'm going to wait for that time, and I'm going to do it. There's these little things, bro, and sometimes if we don't make that move, it could be a big mistake. It could be a big mistake. You could change your life by making a certain move. And you could actually hurt your life by not making a certain move. holding yourself back. We all hold ourselves back in little ways, and it's about understanding this and going through with certain things. I talk to many people, bro, about things on calls all the time, and they tell me this and that and that and this. I want to do this. I want to start doing this, and they didn't even do it yet. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to get better here, but yet they continue to fail in that area. So you have to get better at certain things. You have to put in the time, and you have to try. You have to go through that uncomfortable phase of it being different, of your life being a little bit different, because you were moving a certain way every single day, like similarly. And all of a sudden you do something new, bro, and it takes hours of your day. It's going to throw things off a little bit, and it's going to be different. It's going to feel different. Things are going to be different in those moments. You're not going to feel 100% comfortable, but if you just keep going, you'll feel comfortable. And that's how it goes. I don't even feel 100% comfortable doing this video because it's very late and I'm very tired. But this topic is on my mind, and I got to do it right now. And tomorrow's going to be a hell of a day. And I'm not going to be able to shoot videos till tomorrow evening. This is being done. I just got home not too long ago from the folks' place. And spent a lot of energy out there. I'm tired, bro. Like, I need sleep. But just an example. Not everything's going to be comfortable. You got to do what you got to do. You got to go off track a little bit. I typically don't make videos at this time. Typically don't. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And when I do, it's typically not the most comfortable thing because my energy's not at the best. But that's life. And it takes, you get off schedule. You get off par. Things feel different. Because routine allows you to kind of master things, but also routine can hurt you over time. Because once you master certain things, now you have to master something else after you actually master something. Now it's something else, so you have to kind of get off routine and get on a new routine to master other things, if this makes any sense to you guys. It's kind of how it is. And something else I learned too, if you put too much energy into too many things at once, everything you do is gonna suck, and you're not gonna get the result you want. If you put your energy in too many places, this is what can happen. Your best energy, your prime energy, has to go in to your prime things. That's how it's done. Professional athletes, they're not messing around all day and then to show up to game time to play their sport. They're honed in on the day. They're making sure their energy is perfect. They're focused, they're locked in, they're eating the perfect foods and the perfect meals, they're warming up perfectly, all for this moment to play their sport. Because they have to be ready. They have to be on their shit. And they have to be prepared for battle. Because they know in their minds everybody else is. And if they don't do this, everybody else over them is going to have the edge, and they're going to be not on point. So this is what it comes down to. A little bit of mental preparation, a little bit of preparation overall. Not just mental, but that too, but overall preparation. So that's what it comes down to. And if you can just get good at certain things like this, it'll make your life 100 times better. Bro, the way I pulled the trigger today on certain things and caring less, because you have to care less, bro. You can't care what everybody thinks of every single second of you. You got haters watching you, bro. Oh my God, they're trying to find something to pick at you for all the time. They're coming up with all these conspiracies and a whole bunch of bullshit. It's wild, bro. But that's what haters do, because they ain't busy on their own lives. So they'll be this way towards you. But you can't care. And you have to pull the trigger more and more and more on the things that you want to do. So the more you do that, the better off you'll be in life. And like I said, I used to be more hesitant. I was never completely hesitant. I was always pretty good at pulling the trigger, being brave, doing certain things, even when it comes to fighting, bro. Like, you don't overly want to fight, but you'll do it anyways because it's in the moment. It's in the moment, and you're not going to back down. You're going to fight. So I was always pretty good at pulling the trigger when I have to. But I got so much better at pulling the trigger even when there's uncertainty. I will do it. It's about being bold. It's about taking risk. You're not going to win 100% of those risks. But you could take one, you could win one risk and it could change your whole life. That's what it comes down to. So I just explained so many different things related to this topic, and I hope it helped. But fear is a real thing. Being scared of something new is a real thing. All these things are very real. You're going to feel how you're going to feel. But you have to be strong in the mind, and you have to kind of ease your way into certain things and overcome these mental hurdles to get yourself into certain things so you can actually start doing the things that you want to do. You have to put your life into certain things. Whatever it is that you want to do. Your whole life has to go into it. I really want to do this. You have to put a lot of your mental focus into that. I want this to happen for me. I'm gonna put a lot into it. Even if I feel uncomfortable, I'm gonna put a lot into this. I really want this, so I'm gonna put a lot into it. If you plant a plant, you're not just gonna, I kind of want this plant to grow. I'll put a seed down and see if it happens. It's not gonna happen. You have to take care of that. You have to water that. Take good care of it. So that's what it comes down to. You have to put your time into things. Whatever you want to grow for yourself, whatever you want to put your time and energy into. That's what you got to do in order to see the results. Whatever it is that you want to do. You might feel uncomfortable. You might feel a bit of fear. The fear of judgment. The fear of, oh my God, I'm going to fail. What is everybody going to think of me and all this kind of stuff. You're going to think of these things, but you have to find a way to beat those thoughts. And that's what it comes down to. It comes down to pulling the trigger.